The Eagles at offensive tackle are mostly set, but we're still going to tackle the tackles. What's up? It's your boy Cintron. Come back after another analysis video. And I kid you not, that's my real name. And man, I'm happy and good to say that we are set here. But we're still going to jump into the tackle position and dive into what we could do to enhance it. Because you can always tweak and make things a little bit better. So let's start with one of the mainstays here, Lane Johnson. I mean, this dude had a baller 2022 when he came up limp and lame in the Dallas Cowboys matchup, and I think it was maybe week 14, the second matchup in Dallas. I was like, oh man, come on now. Don't let history repeat itself because, you know, he had a couple of ankle injuries that hampered him in the past couple of years. And I'm like, this will be the end, or the beginning of the end. And huge damage dealt to our, card deck, with him being one of the kings of our deck, if not the ace, one of the aces. So, I mean, fortunately, he's Lane Johnson. What a monster of a man. I mean that in a good way. He injured himself, groin injury, torn adductor, but he gutted out this freaking injury over the course of several weeks. And it just Herculean effort. Kudos to him. Shout out to him. And just really, not that anyone's ever questioned his toughness before, but this hands down goes as, one of the most heroic efforts on the football field that I've seen, like bar none. So he played like he didn't have anything bothering him, shutting guys out on the right side there. Nick Bosa came, he tried. Super Bowl, they came, they tried. Also, I mean, people tried it, and what do you call it? The 49ers guys, not for just 49ers, the Giants guys, they tried. Just shut out, So he was a great addition, to our efforts this year. And, one of the best in the game. Not just the best right tackle. He's one of the best tackles in the game, period. If not, the best tackle for me. Okay, you can put the Trent Williams, the silverback, above him. But other than that, I don't see anybody else. And he's planning on playing a couple more years. So stay or go, it's obvious stay. And the only thing that would stop him would be him retiring. So blessed and fortunate to have this guy protecting the right side of Jalen. Not just the right side, but the right side. Any side that he's on is the right side. All right, let's go to the next guy here. Jordan Mailata, man. He had a very solid season, and he got better as the year progressed. And I believe what hampered him was that week 5 injury that he suffered against the Cardinals. No, week 4 injury he suffered against the Jaguars, where he dove to try to prevent the pick 6 that Jalen threw to the safety. Rainy game, okay, but he still, Jalen let that one get away from him. And he was trying to make the tackle, make a play, and he dove head first, arms stretched out, and his full weight came down on that shoulder. He's 6'8", maybe 350 plus, and just really affected him moving forward. He didn't miss any games, but still, that range of motion there wasn't there. So him being able to, have full strength and blocking, especially guys that bull rush, and then, also, wiggling on the outside, trying to get around him and, mirroring and try to, still have his footwork and being able to shoot. I know that, that affected him. So, he let up and gave 6 sacks this year. I'm like, no excuses. He was out there on the field, and, he was still the best option we had at left tackle there. And like I said, progressively as the season went along, he got better and better. Just shut out, in the playoffs. Just shut guys down. This line is just fucking amazing. And Jordan is a key piece. You still have him, I think, for 3 more years. He signed a $64 million 4-year, $16 million per season extension last year, and it just one of the great finds. 7th round draft pick. Went to Stoutland University. Shout out to Jeff Stoutland. We extended him as well this offseason, and he really made the guy. But Jordan put in the work every day, coming in there. His first couple of years didn't look so good. And then, finally the light went on, I think, in the third year. And, he started progressively, getting better, showing better. And, Dancing Bear out there, really showed it in the preseason as well as, spot duty. And, yeah, it just, it's a credit to, the international program. He came into the international players program. He's from New Zealand. He's not an American. Didn't know of football really that much, and first time playing football coming to the States. So he was a former rugby player, a dynamic guy at his size, speedy guy, given his weight and height and everything. But he's been able to get better, progress, be consistent, and just shut it down over there. So we have a great set of bookends, and that pretty much says it all. You can start with the list here, but you need depth as well. So we'll get into the next level of guys. But man, what a find Jordan Mailata was. Shout out to I think it's Auckland. Yeah, man, and he's a singer as well. So crazy. All right, next we're gonna look at Andre Dillard. Talented guy. We drafted him in the first round, actually, but he's since become the backup. Looked like he was gonna take off 1 year, but then he got injured, and then Jordan just stepped up. That was last year, and he just never turned back. So a great luxury to have. Waiting in the wings to take over for someone. He even spotlighted at guard this year when our guys came out. I think primarily at left guard. When Landon went out, but maybe right guard when Samuel came out. I don't know if Samuel came out though. I think Lane missed a couple games, but we had most of our our starters being in the season from week 1 to the Super Bowl. All of them except for Derek Barnett, but who cares? Trash. But yeah, just he came in great in those spots. Not very much, but his contract has expired, and he's a free man, so he'll price himself out of the market. I think he could be a good, potentially great, but we don't know. But I would say at least a serviceable tackle. But it was great to have him, for depth reasons. Failed first round pick, and that he never really saw the field as a long term starter. But Jordan more than makes up for that, so can't be helped. But he's gonna get paid. Those guys, too many of those guys on this earth that have his build and that talent, so he'll find a certain job elsewhere. Stay or go, he's out of here. Next, Jack Driscoll, the utility guy who came in to fill in for Lane when he was out at right tackle, and he can play some guard as well. But he's still in the rookie contract, so he's an easy stay. But he's a serviceable guy out there. He won't put you in too much trouble, but he might have some trouble holding up with the some of the top tier guys in the league, and that's nothing to be ashamed of as a backup guy. But I think he could be borderline good, if he continued to develop. But he's a quality guy to have. I'm glad we have him. Like I said, he has that guard tackle versatility, and maybe he'll keep progressing. Who knows? But key depth piece. So stay or go. Obviously, he's staying. He's still on a rookie contract. Brett Toth, a guy who no pun intended, toggled between the roster and I think maybe the practice squad. I didn't hear anything from him this year. Got hurt week 18 last year, so those late injuries in the year will stunt your development and your progress going into the next year. So he started on the injury reserve, came off, but we didn't really have a need for depth so much. So I don't know if he was on the active. He wasn't on the active roster that much, I don't think. But hopefully he'll have he'll be steady this year. Funny, he got hurt in that game against the Cowboys in week 18, 2021. He was actually playing center, so they might have something in the works for him there. So give him more option, more versatility. The more you can do, the more you can have staying power in this league. So yeah, he's a decent guy. Might hold up for a game if you need someone to close out, but long term or even a short term, he might struggle. But a good depth piece to have. And here's where we get into trouble because, like I said, Lane and Mailata, two great bookends to have. Like you could do far worse in like they're top 5 in the league combo, if not top 3. Maybe number 1. But that being said, we want to have depth there. Like Andre Dillard was a saving grace this year, but he's gonna be gone. I don't think we draft someone high. We'll have to see in free agency. I don't know the tackles like that, but there's got to be someone out there that can be serviceable, that can fit. Because I mean, even if you have just one piece missing, like you can plug in someone adequate, you still have a very good, potentially great, depending on that one person who's filling in line, in the league. So we have Pro Bowlers, Pro Bowl alternates, all pros littered across this line. They're all of them are one of those, and we'll get to the other guys another day soon. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe I don't know. Might do the draft, but if we could find that one guy who's a replacement level guy who could get you cross couple games and has some talent to develop, that would be perfect. So we'll see if that's perfect in the draft or in free agency or a mix of both. I don't know, but we'll get to our one extra item today. Jalen Ramsey, the Rams are looking to trade him in the next couple of weeks. The combine, it's like the water cooler. Teams come, they aggregate and they talk shop, offhand here and there, and so many backroom door deals, over whiskey and dinner and a movie and take them out on a date on a date and whatever. But it's time for them to canoodle and to talk football shop. So they'll see what he's worth, but I mean, we're not in the market, so I'm happy. This cornerback draft is deep. I heard 20, like for me, unheard of number. 20 corners to have a 3rd round grade, which is 3rd round is still like a starter, a pick that you're looking to develop a starter at the very least. So I mean, that's great news for us. I mean, there's so many options. The positions that we need: D tackle, running back. For me, wide receiver, tight end, and I'm forgetting one. Corner, yeah, are deep this year. So I mean that means we can hopefully focus on the positions that are light, target those first, and then come to terms with drafting those other guys that we want, or that could fit in just on the board. So gonna have probably a deep board this year. I'd love to do a draft board myself and just have it marked out, but I probably have work and whatnot. I won't be able to follow it purely, but I'll be making videos in response. So we'll see. But anyways, let's get up out of here. That's all for today. You're not even watching though at this point, so it's all good. So fly, Eagles, fly, and let's motherfucking go!
Like, comment, share, subscribe if you
Thanks for watching. Check me out at Cintron Anime, Cintron Life, or Cintron Laughs, or other social media.